Hi class, it's your teacher, Mrs. Schwans. So I wanted to show you how to do some of these things using either Excel or numbers. They're very, very similar. So if you're on a Mac or if you're on a PC, you probably figure it out just by these instructions. They're really similar. But I'm using a Mac right here. So I'm going to use numbers and show you how to find the quartiles, the mean and the mode and the median and stuff like that. Okay. So let's see how to do this. Let me share my screen. So if you have a Mac, you probably have in either along the bottom or along the top, you have this, like, it looks like a histogram picture, and it's called a program called Numbers. So you click on it and you open it. And let me just click on mine. I already have something opened on there. So it'll normally, I think sometimes it'll let you choose which type of from different templates, and you just use blank sheet. I just click on blank sheet. One thing, it gives me like headers, this grayed out area. You might want to just erase that, because if we put numbers in those headers, I think they don't calculate for whatever reason, and I want them to calculate and use every single. So what you do by deleting, you can highlight a column by like clicking on the A that's on the top, and then you can click on the little down arrow there, and then you could just say scroll down to delete column to delete any column that you would like. Okay. So I deleted the headers. Those are usually like used for words to show you what could be, and also the header on the header of all the columns and the header of all the rows. I deleted those. Okay. I can also highlight an entire, by clicking on one, I can highlight the entire row here. And then I can click on this down arrow and press delete row. Okay. So that's how I deleted those gray rows. Now I have nothing but white little squares, cells. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into one of my problems that gives me like a lot of data. Here it is. Okay. And I'm just going to copy all the data. There we go. And Control C. I put all the data into. Now what I could do is I could highlight this column if I wanted to. And then I can just go Control V. And what it did is it just pasted all of those values, instead of being in lots of rows and columns in an array. It just put them all in one column here for me. So how did I do that? Let's do it again. I just went I just highlighted, I just clicked on right in front of the first number, and I just like, I hold it down and I highlight everything. Then I press Command C and to copy it. And then I open up I find on my computer where I click on the numbers symbol again, and that document comes up again. And then I clicked on the top of that row, and then I clicked Command V, okay, to paste it in there. Okay. Now what I could do, I didn't have to do that. I could have also just did Command V, and then it puts it in exactly as we saw it in this picture over here. It puts it in like lots of rows and lots of columns. So you could do that also. It's not a big deal. You could have pasted the information in. I kind of like to see it all in one column, and it's really easy to just calculate things and see things all in one column. I just kind of like it. One thing that we could do right away is, when we have everything in one column like this, it's really easy to sort the data from in either ascending or descending order. So I'm going to sort it in ascending order. it just took all the data from the smallest value and put it all the way to the largest value for me. See how great that was? So, oh, and I'm just gonna, I don't really want all this other data over here. So I'm just gonna, if there's stuff that I want to delete, I select a cell and then I press shift and I press down, and I can just like highlight all of this and then just get rid of all these other data and values. Let's do that. Okay. So I have all my numbers in here. I listed them from smallest to greatest. And then you see the median is the one like halfway down this list, like right in the middle, like where there's half the numbers are above and half the numbers are bottom below the median. If we don't want to just eyeball it, and they take you, they taught you how to find the locator, which is the number over here in the left, the position that it's in, like, is it the 36th number or the 37th number? That was the locator number that you guys learned about. However, it gets even easier. We can just have this program do it for us. So I just click any other blank cell and I can click equals. And now I can ask it to calculate whatever I want to calculate, as long as it has a formula for it. So over here, you guys see that I clicked on statistics. It has all these different categories on the left in this. And then, okay, let's back up. I just clicked on a cell and then I clicked and I put the word, I pressed the equal sign. That's what I pressed. And then it gave me this function. It's basically like a calculator mode now. Tell me what you want and I'll calculate it for you kind of mode as soon as I put equals in any cell. Okay, so let me start again. I clicked on a cell and then I just pressed, it's like right next to the delete button on the top left corner, there's a plus sign and there's an equal sign. And then it gets me this fx, which is like a function. So it's like asking me, what do you want equals, what do you want me to calculate for you? That's what the calculator is, the program is kind of saying. So look, I press statistical and I can scroll down and it says, hey, do you want me to calculate all these different statistical things here? So if we want to calculate the median, look, there it is. I click median and now I think you can, okay, you can click insert function. Okay, so I highlighted the median and then I clicked insert function below. Okay, and it explains down here, just in case you don't know what it is, explains what the median is. Okay, then it's asking me the median of what? So what I need to do is I need to go where I click on this, the value, and I'm going to highlight my row that I press shift. I just clicked on the first row and I press shift. Well, and then I can go to the bottom here and I can scroll all the way down. So it wouldn't have been a problem if I didn't put everything in the one row and if I just pasted everything. I just would have highlighted all of the areas that I wanted it to. All the numbers I wanted to find the median of, I just highlight them all. So it would have been okay if I was in rows and columns, that rectangular shape. It would have been okay right here. So now I just press the green button. I make sure, so I want it to find the median of the numbers listed from A1, which is, this cell is in the first column, first cell. So it's first column is called A, first cell is called 1. So this is A1, and then going down all the way down to A54. So I wanted to find the median of those numbers. Yes, I do. I put the green answer and there's my answer. There's my median. Okay. What if I want to find a quartile? So I go equals, and then it gives me this list over here again. Now I go down to the word quartile, Q, quartile, insert function. Now notice it wants me to put the numbers. You want me to find the quartile of what? It says set of numbers, right? Number set. So I have to go over here and I have to highlight this again. Or I could type in A1 through A54, right? It's easy for me just to click on the top row and then you click on that bottom left bottom right corner of that first cell, and you could just click and hold down, and then it starts highlighting everything, and it automatically puts everything that you have highlighted over here is input over here. Then it says quartile number. So do I want the first quartile, the second quartile, the third quartile? What do I want? So I tell it I want the first quartile. And then I press enter. So here, just so that it's probably a pretty good idea, this is what it is in median. It's also called the second quartile. This was the quartile, first quartile, or also Q1. Now let's make it find the third quartile. So I press the equal sign, and then like I did again, I'm gonna choose quartile function, insert function, and then now I'm gonna highlight this again. I just click on the first row. The first number was in that row, and then I click on that lower, and then when well, you can erase this. See, if you click things wrong in here, you can just delete the backspace, delete, backspace, and delete out of it, right? I didn't like that. I put the wrong one in there, and it's still like showing me, hey, I'm waiting for which numbers do you want me to find the quartile of? So I click on the top one, and then I have the little two, I click on the first cell, and then when I go to the bottom right corner, then I can click and hold down, and then I can highlight the entire column. If I don't want to continue to do that, I could also just type in A1 with the two little dots, the colon A54, right? Okay, the next thing that we need to do is we need to say comma, and we need to put the quartile number, and so the third quartile, and then you just press enter, and so there's the third quartile. And so just a little bit of a check here, the third quartile, the median should be halfway through the data. So there's 54 numbers, and so 54 divided by 2 is like 28. So it's going to be close to that. It's going to be close. Now, depending on if there's an even number of odd number of numbers, that like 54 divided by 2 might not be the location of the actual median. But let's see, 54 divided by 2, what did I say? That was 28. 54 divided by 2 is 54, 27. That doesn't sound right to me. 25, okay, yeah, 27. Okay, so this 50, yeah, the median should be like in the 27th spot here. '27th spot. Oh, so I'm getting that it should be 450. And how come I got a median of 485? I probably did it wrong. There's something wrong with this median. I'm glad that I'm double checking it, because that does not seem right. I probably did not, if we look at this, I probably did not. Oh, that's still not the right answer. Okay, yes, 54, I'm sorry. Because these extra numbers, I actually ignore these other numbers. I pasted all these numbers in here. So as you guys can see, organization is important. I had pasted all these numbers just to show you guys that you can paste the numbers as is. And I forgot to erase them all. And now they're in my way. And I'm getting confused with what the numbers I know I should be looking at. Okay. Half of math is just staying organized, I feel like. Okay, I said the median was 50.4. And so we thought in the 27th, like halfway down this list, is 450.5. So 450.5 looks correct. Now, the first quartile should be halfway down, right? Between the 1 and 27 should be, so it should be halfway between 1 and 27. So what? Almost 15, 14, yeah, 14, right? So it should be at 405.5. which it is 405.5. And then this should be 27 plus 14. This should be halfway, 27, here's 27. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it should be close to 485.8, which it is 485.8. Okay. And I was just getting a little bit that was just like an estimate. I was just trying to make sure that these were legitimate answers, because it's easy when we're using Excel to accidentally click on the second cell, and then we highlighted all of them and we forgot the first one, and that would throw all of our numbers off, right? So that's the biggest thing in Excel. It's kind of like a typo you can easily make, or if you forgot to erase the headers and you started doing your math, then what happens is if you had a grayed out header here and you put your first number in that grayed out header, then it wouldn't include that number when it went to like do the median and mode and stuff like that. So so we figured out how to do the median, how to do the first quartile, how to do the third quartile. You can also find the average of these numbers. So just press equals, and then you can click on average, and then you can click on insert function. And then I'm just going to type it in. I think it's going to be easier for me to type it in now. So A1, and I put not the semicolon, but it's right next to your L, but it's just a colon, and then A54. So it highlighted all those numbers for me. Okay, then I get out of there. And then I press comma, and then, oh, I don't really need comma. I just press the green arrow, and then that is I should have, let me see, Control X, Control V, and that is my average. Or your computer, it's what the textbook is calling a mean, arithmetic mean. That's what the average here in your, and when I put equals, you could read what it actually was. Average, and see how down here it says the average function returns the average arithmetic mean of a set of numbers. So just in case you're not sure if you're using the right formula here, our textbook talks about the mean, but they're calling it in numbers the average. All right, now it can also find the mode for us. So let's go equals, and then let's just scroll down and see if it says mode, see mode, and then insert function. And then now I'm just going to type in A1 colon A54 and enter. So it's saying the number that there occurs the most is this 271. Oh, what? I don't know why I tried to just copy and paste, and it didn't like that. It didn't like copy and pasting it. I'm not sure why. But I believe they're right that 277 happens the most, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this other number happens a lot too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a lot of numbers that are actually repeated here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not sure if it's correct about that. Make sure. Let's make sure I put in that correctly. And I know I kind of put equals, and let's choose the mode, and let's choose A1 semicolon A54. And let's press enter. It's still saying 277, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it has 2 modes because both of them have 6. So it's strange here that it's just giving me 277. Okay. Okay, if more than one number occurs the maximum multiple of times in the argument, mode returns the first such number. Oh, okay. So see, we have to kind of read a little bit about what the actual program is giving us. So it says if several numbers occur 6 times, then they're just going to give you the first one that occurs 6 times. So that's why it's giving me that one. It's not doing it wrong. Yeah, okay. So unfortunately, it won't give you and normally right now they want, if they say find the mode, they want every single number that occurs the most. So they would say like, hey, 509 and 277.1 is the mode. Sorry about that. Okay, so the mode here probably won't work. You would probably have to actually look at the data because it seems like the mode, it depends on what the question is asking you. In one of our problems, if there was 2 numbers that tied for the most amount of most frequency, then you probably have to list those 2 numbers as being both the mode. And so this program would help you with one of those numbers, but not the other. So what you might do is probably find that first number. And then what I would do is delete all that one and then put that one at the very bottom of this list and then do the list again to see if there's another one that it would be the mode, maybe. Or if it's not that many numbers, keeping them all, just having them organized like this in ascending order, you can quickly kind of go down the list and see which one is most common. That's not too bad. Okay. All right, then it also will find the standard deviation of these numbers. So like equals, and let's just look over here. It says average deviation, but let me read this. The average. No, that's not what I want. There's standard deviation, ST. There we go. The STDEV returns a standard deviation for a measure. Okay, yep, that's what I want. STDEV. Okay, so equals, and then, okay, I already put equals, but then I insert standard deviation, and then I don't know why it always says the value. I kind of delete. I think it's getting ready for us to highlight with this gray little box that says value. I think it's getting ready for us to highlight certain stuff or input values, I suppose. But I just delete that and I write my own list, A1 through A54. Oh, not the through button. Oops. So I should do A1 colon A54. Okay, then now there we go. There's my standard deviation. I'm going to write above it so I remember what that is. And there we go. Okay, so like Excel is a great program, and I'm showing you guys how to do it on Excel or numbers. Actually, this is numbers. that I'm working on, right? But Excel is something very similar. You just click on the same cell and you press equals, and then in the same kind of, it's the same whole get up, same idea. I like teaching it this way because like most computers are going to have Excel or numbers available, so that you can always, it seems to be a resource that's really available to you, and just easy, and you just like your cell phone, like it's almost, it's something that's easy and available is something that you're more likely to use in the future. All right, email me if you have questions. All right, bye.